Another win. Another win in pre-season, this time against Watford, and it included debuts such as Jefferson Lerma. That's on the agenda today, as well as Matheus Franca. What is going on with him? And more. Let's get started with Palace news. What's going on, people? Welcome to Live Palace News. I'm joined by Patrick here. Patrick, how you doing? Fresh trim? Win?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. How are you?
Trim?
I'm good.
Was my connection jumping at the start? I feel like it was. I don't even feel like people heard.
I can't see it from here. It looks fine to me.
Okay. Well, I think we're back to normal anyways. Right as the show started. As always, people, thank you for your support. If you can smash a like button if you do enjoy the streams, and subscribe if you're new here, that would be much appreciated. Patrick, another win for Palace, this time against Watford. I would say it was a friendly, but it didn't feel like a friendly. It felt like Watford were out there doing Watford things as usual. This time, not to Zaha. This time, it feels like to Eze and other players, Jordan Ayew as well. But overall, Patrick, is good because this was the game that was talking about, where Roy said that he wants to, start from here onwards. He wants to start looking at Sheffield United game and, using some of the players rotated like that. And there was some few, questions still. Where's Mark Gahey? There's questions about that. Even Vicente Guaita hasn't really featured as much as well. But overall, positive. We faced a tough opposition. It's meant to be a summer's day. I don't know how it is over in America. But over here it's raining mid-July. It doesn't make any sense. I've given up with the weather. Yeah, exactly. No, but honestly, it was summer was actually all right in this country. Now that's gone piss poor as well. But in terms of the result, it was good. It was good, wasn't it?
That's a good result. Couple of things I want to point out. A couple of veterans I thought did really well today. I think Johnson was decent today, and I got to give credit to James Tompkins. I've seen a lot of him so far this preseason, and he's gone through it without injuries and has played pretty well. So good credit to him. But the most important thing for me was the midfield. So again, watching Lerma, Doucoure, and Eze, and even to a certain degree, Ahamada play midfield, man. It's just a different level than last year as far as the legs. Having legs in midfield is so important. It really is. And Doucoure looks like he's ready to go. Lerma looked decent today. Eze was out, kind of floating around on the right-hand side more, or left-hand side more. Doesn't really work. But Ahamada played well again today. I mean, it's just good to see legs in there. And then, again, going back to the veteran, I got to give credit to Schlupp when he came on second half. I mean, if he comes on as a sub, just drive the ball forward like that, gets fouled, I'm all for that. I don't want to see him start. I'm not going to lie to you. But I have no issue with him, being that sub. So today, for the most part, a good result, but a decent performance too.
Yeah, I think, look, as I said it many times, I think with players like Schlupp, I'm not going to talk about Schlupp as much because he just came off the bench, but I feel like there's a role for him. Me personally, I don't think he should be starting role, but I think coming off the bench and using that energy, that could be vital for us in certain games. But when you start him, I don't think you see him as effective as he is coming off the bench. That's me personally, especially with the squad that we got right now. But today, there's two things that I want to really talk about, and then you can pick out what you saw as well. But for me, Eze playing out wide again, as you said, left, he's drifted from the left going into the center.
Right.
Do you think when we're talking about Eze, Ahamada, Doucoure, Lerma, do you think all of those players could technically play? Because even if Wilf was to sign another contract, I don't think he'll be fit for the Sheffield United game. So do you think that's how we could be starting out? I mean, with Ahamada playing and Eze playing, Doucoure, Lerma as well.
I need you to stop now. I need to stop with the Zaha stuff. You need to stop until he signs. Just tell he's not going to be back. You got to stop that. It's not helping you.
I didn't even say. I didn't say he signed a new contract. I said.
No, you said if he.
I said even if he was to sign.
Right, which means sign it. Right, he's going again. Let's forget Wolf just for one show. Let's pretend he's not going to sign. If he does, great. Let's pretend he's not here. So right now, with Olise injured, I believe the 5 players that played centrally and wide, so that was Ayew left, Eze central, Ahamada wide right, with Doucoure and Lerma, will be the 5 that will start versus Sheffield United. I don't think it doesn't matter who we sign, whether we sign Franca, you're going to talk about later on, or if some miracle will come back, which would be great. There's no way those 5 won't start against Sheffield United. You cannot have someone come in this late into preseason and expect to be starting. I don't care who they are. So for me, it'll be those 5. Yeah. Say again?
With an injury as well.
Exactly. So for me, I don't love it because I much prefer pure wide players playing wide. I don't think Eze is a wide player or Ahamada, but needs must, right? If they have to play, they have to play. So for me, those are the better options than, let's say, a Raksaki or a Banks or a Bowie or whatever. So right now, I believe that will be the five. The key interesting will be striker. So I'm going to give props to Eddie. I know you didn't mention him yet, but, he found his level today, championship goals against Watford, which was
Well,
nice.
it's better than Crawley Town level, so I'll take that.
No,
I mean,
you're right. I mean,
Championship's
they're
harder, yeah.
no, they
Yeah.
both levels. It's good for them. One got two against the League Two, one got two against Championship side. So good for them, man. Listen, goals are goals, right? So
I'll be honest. I think for the first goal, even arguably for the second goal, the goalkeeper's position, I don't know if he was drunk, but it just seemed.
Again, credit. He scored the goals.
Credit where credit's due.
If he does against Sheffield United, we're not going to complain about it. Right?
He scored 2 goals. Yeah. But I think with the striker situation, I think the biggest thing I took away from it is the fact that Roy is all shuffling about with them two.
100%.
Like, it's not like Mateta is playing, I don't know, the 90, or like he's not playing Edward. It's preseason, so I don't really expect him to do that in the first place. But I just get a sense that even Roy isn't too sure about, which one to start. Not because they're too good, but because, there's pros and cons to both of them. But for me, I still think Edward is the better footballer than Jonfli Mateta, but there isn't much of a difference between them two. I think with the striker thing, we can go back and forward all day long. We've already spoke about we need another striker, so that's good that Edward scored. Hopefully boosts his confidence, and hopefully we get a miracle. Yep. That's what that matters about that. But Lerma debut today. What did you make of it?
I mean, for a debut, it was fine. Again, like I said, from him, I kind of know how he plays from Bournemouth. I like the fact he's got, he can drive the ball. He's defensively solid. Ball control skills very good. He was part of that. I like actually today we pressed the ball a lot, which was nice. So he was part of that press. And he and Doucoure in there already have a decent, understanding of each other. So no, as far as Lerma, I expect him to play. Like I told you the other day. I mean, if it was Ahamada and Doucoure, I'd be happy. But if it's Lerma and Doucoure, we're fine. I want the best player to play, put out the best performance. But again, as I said before, Ahamada has to play. You watched him again today. He's got to play. He played really well again today. He's got something about that kid. I liked him like when I saw him come. I liked what I saw him at Frankfurt last season. He was 19, now he's 20 years old. The kid's got something about him. He deserves to get minutes. I really hope he does play.
Yeah, and his ability is very good as well. Considering his age, his ability is very good. And I'll be honest, you might say it's a bit too early, but I think Ahamada's going to be starting already. Like maybe the one.
No, I just said that though. But based on the availability of players, he's definitely starting the first game.
He's been playing. He's been playing all along, and he's been playing solidly. Like Roy hasn't really moved him about. Like Roy said, have this opportunity because you didn't have it at the end of last season due to us trying to win games and stay up and all of that business. Yep. But now he's had this opportunity. Roy's just enjoying it, man. Roy's like us in terms of the touchline. Like he's enjoying what he's seeing, so he just wants more.
No, he's not like me. He's not. He might be like you. He's not like
Nah. I think
we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's early in the morning
you.
Here. It's only 11 something in the morning. We're not doing that. Don't try and trick me into that nonsense. We're not doing that.
No, honestly, when I look at Roy in the touchlines, I imagine that's how you'll be in the touchlines as well. He really reminds me of you. The way his tactical approach to the game, the way he views plays. Similar minds alike, innit? Great people. Lewis says, just feels like Ahamada is chopping and changing between winger and coming into the middle, which is what I rate highly. New tactic, obviously the same with Ebbs as well. Yeah, that's the most important thing. If you look at the tactical things, which you don't want to go too much into it, but now after what Roy said, at the start of the week about Watford, we're taking it a bit more serious then. It's good to see that fluidity in terms of our creative plays, and I think that's how you get the best out of them. I think Eze, if Ebbs was just told to stay out wide and not go into the centre areas, I think that's where you won't see the best out of him. But that's not happening. Even with Ebbs, he's starting out wide, but he's cutting through the middle, which is causing defenders problems like that. Ahamada's not staying in one position. He's fluid in his position as well. He's being flexible in terms of going into wide areas, coming into centre areas, and that's encouraging to see, Patrick, because if you have that many creative players, such as that we do, and you're going to see still Elise, with Eze, Ahamada, that's going to cause teams problems. That should be causing teams problems because it's not going to be as easy picking them up if they're always moving constantly.
No, I have to give credit to the staff. It's early. I mean, I'll be able to watch it a lot more on Wednesday when I'm in Chicago and get to see them play live. But I like the fact that Eze and Ahamada are not pure wide players in the likes of Zaha and Elise. So to adapt and have them out wide and then come in to become playmakers and etc. I like that. I mean, the problem with that is that when you have players that come inside, what do you want to have? Do you want to have overlapping fullbacks, right? We don't have that. So that's the only issue. I mean, Mitchell could do it, obviously. Klein really didn't do it at all today, but that's the only thing. But no, what I've seen today tactically, the last couple of games has been good. I mean, the level of opponent isn't great, but again, it's early preseason, which is fine. But I like the fact that he can play, he being Ebbs and Ahamada can play both wide and cut inside and be both. And I think that's a nice job by the staff so far.
Yeah. What did you make of Tompkins starting ahead of Richards? Do you think that's still going to be the pecking order? That's the only downside about it. Like, not in terms. I think Gay and Anderson are fit, then that's fine. But I'm talking about depth options. What is it? Is it a case of just trying to bring Tompkins' fitness levels up because Tompkins hasn't really played as much football as Chris Richards has? Remember, he was on international duty as well. Is it that?
That's exactly what I'm seeing. I mean, Tompkins, remember, was injured at the end of last season. But like I said, he's played a lot preseason. He needs to, needs to get the fitness up. Richards has clearly got over the injury he had last season, the hamstring, and played during the summer for the US. Played really well. Has played really well in the preseason. I like him on the left side of the two because that gives us a little flexibility with Gay. He was injured, whatever. He can play on the right side, obviously. So no, I don't think there's a problem having Tompkins play over Richards. I mean, as long as Richards isn't injured, I mean, we're fine. I mean, so that's good. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, defensively we're fine. And even if they are, we've got Chris Francis, so he can slot in and do a decent job for us.
Oh, the guy you spent like half an hour talking about yesterday. No one knows about. Yeah, that one.
We got Chris Francis, so he can step in. It hasn't been officially announced yet, but hopefully it gets announced sooner rather than later. Not that it will make any difference to my life personally, but yeah, it would be nice. It would be nice to get that over the line for depth options, especially for the under 21s potentially. But look, people, if you can smash a like button if you're enjoying it, we'll go through some of the comments as well. Let's try and get over 100 likes once again. It's been fantastic recently, your support. Really appreciate you all. Mike's saying, let's answer this question. What club shirt is Patrick wearing today? Let me guess, New York Red Bulls?
It's not a club shirt, come on.
Is it?
We got to be better than that, people, when we talk about which shirts. With me, you can't just always assume a club shirt, which is weird. So let's take a couple of guesses. Let's think about it now. Remember, you guys should follow. There's a World Cup going on, right? Women's World Cup.
Okay.
I have three interests. I have England, obviously, where I was born. USA, where I live now, and my children are born. And my parents are from Jamaica, so I got three teams to root for. So last night, the USA moved that out of the way a little bit. USA. So it's a USA shirt. So the only person that knows that is here. There you go. Look. Great job,
might be a USA top that Pat has on. Exactly.
It is.
Exactly. Bollocks has got that right. Bollocks gets a lot of things right.
Well done. He does. He's very, very smart.
It feels weird to say him bollocks to address him, but it is what it is. Tim saying, so in the 4-2-3-1, your attacking three are Ebbs, Ahamada, and Ayew.
Right now, yes. Not in the future. Hopefully, that will be Ebbs, Zaha, and Olise. But now,
hey, don't talk about Zaha. Just get over it. He still hasn't signed in the other club.
I said future, like in November, December, when he decides to sign a contract. Yeah.
No, but that looks dangerous. That attack, not your shirt or whatever people talk about. Brighton Firth, someone said. Ebbs, Zaha, and Elise as a front three. It's just a striker, really. You got the ingredients there. It's about the chef now. Who's actually cooking up? Who's finishing the product up top? That's the most important thing. We got ingredients there behind them. If he signs Zaha, it's just the striker. That's the biggest concern for me. But look, let's go through some more comments. Palace fan says, I hope Ahamada doesn't turn out like Camarasa did on the right.
Kidding.
I don't think he will though, Patrick, because I don't remember Camarasa getting this much hype in preseason or playing performance like this when he signed for us, right? Well, he didn't really have a preseason, I can't remember. Did he sign late for us?
He didn't have a preseason for us. Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't think.
But let's stop. Yeah. Let's be honest. Come on, we all know Roy plays who Roy knows. So let's not act like.
Yeah, but Roy knows Ahamada. Roy knows Ahamada. Yeah, he does.
He didn't play last season at all. He had him for 10 games, didn't play him once. He played him for 3 minutes.
Yeah, because he didn't know him. He didn't know him.
No.
But now Roy
can see what he did. Stop. Let's hope you're right, but let's not act like he didn't have him for 10 games last season and didn't play him at all. Let's not do this. You do this all the time.
He did. Come on.
He didn't play him. He played him for 5 minutes in the last game of the season. Let's not do this. Palace fan is correct. Let's hope Ahamada doesn't turn out to be Camarasa. Palace fan with you 100%. If Roy proves you wrong and plays him, I'll be happier. I said I want him to play. I wouldn't be so. I would not even be shocked by a little bit if it was Schlupp playing out wide the first game of the season.
Nah,
And you're
come on,
laughing.
Patrick. That's
Yeah,
not going to
you
happen.
come
That's
on.
not going to happen.
Okay,
It's always,
okay, you say that.
but
You say
yeah,
that.
I get what you're trying to
Would
say.
you be
He has
shocked?
played it.
Would you be
No,
shocked if he plays
Yes, I
Schlupp
will.
and Ayew
Yes, I
wide?
will.
Okay,
Yes,
good.
I will.
All right.
Yes, I will. Over Ahamada right now, the way if Ahamada continues playing like this, then I don't think he's going to change that about. As I said at the start of the show, if you guys are showing us right now, I said right now, as it stands, I wouldn't be totally shocked if Ahamada starts the first game of the season. I don't know why people would be shocked, because right now he's been owning his spot. How on earth can you own your spot, Patrick? In training and by performance on the pitch, right? And Ahamada clearly is rated by Roy to a certain extent because he's been playing him basically every preseason game so far. So there must be something in him that he's seen.
Okay, you say that now, and that's great. Again, this is going to be funny to say, but he's got a chance. Why? Why does he have his chance to play? Because a player is injured. That would be
Who's
Michael
injured?
Olise.
Okay, who?
Michael Olise is injured.
Okay, Olise. Okay, Olise.
That's the spot that he's playing, isn't it?
Hold up.
He's playing. No. Let me finish. Is he not playing for Olise who's injured?
Okay. No. All right.
Okay.
Cool.
Yes or no? No. Let me know. I get you. Get your point.
Yeah.
Yes or no? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, in the past, has a player of decent quality only gotten a chance to play because they've been injured? You only go through it.
But then what happened? What happened after the injuries? Such as Wan-Bissaka. Why did Wan-Bissaka play? Because of the injuries. Then Wan-Bissaka proved himself, so he stayed on the pitch. So it's not a case of Ahamada's playing just because of injuries. Fine, you can say that point.
It is.
But fine, you can say that point. But he is earning his spot by the game. We're talking about Ahamada. Today we spoke about him last game. Right. We've been speaking about him every single game because he's not just playing good, he's playing very good. And he's clearly one of the spotlight players. So yes, Olise is out injured.
Be careful.
But that doesn't mean that Ahamada is going to be dropped straight away.
When he comes back, you don't think he's going to start over Ahamada? Honestly, you don't think he'll put Olise back in? You're not going to bench Olise for.
No, Olise will play ahead of Ahamada. He will, but then Olise is not going to be available though for Sheffield United, right?
No,
that's what I'm talking about.
I'm clearly not going to be available for 2 months, so that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So
I'm just saying that when he comes back. But by the way, Olise is one of your favorite players. Is that not correct?
Yeah, he is.
Right. So you don't think he's going to play when he comes back?
But hold up. So when do we differentiate the fact that a player is very good, such as Olise? I'm not saying Olise should start regardless. Olise should start. I think the debate will be in midfield. So if a player is good enough, if a player is good enough to start, I think Olise is fine. He can start. But then also, if you get opportunity and you prove yourself right, then that player should get a shout as well. So I think there's going to be a selection headache. But I don't think it will be for Olise. I think Olise will take our time to bring him back. But Ahamada, if he was to start, I don't think he'll start out wide. So I don't think it's an Olise clash. I think he's doing this in pre-season, but Ahamada's real position, we think, is through the centre, right?
Right. Listen, I hope Ahamada plays, whether it's out wide or central midfield. I wouldn't.
I think centrally. I think that's why Roy said there's going to be a headache there. Maybe it could be for Lerma. You never know. Okay. I said that.
I can only base it on what I know, and history tells me that he doesn't play Ahamada because he hasn't played him. The last 10 games. You can say what you want. He didn't get the kid a chance. We were, maybe the first few games we were obviously Leicester, Leeds, we wanted him, but there were games when he could have gotten on. He didn't get on. So you're right. I mean, if he's playing preseason, because he has to. Because really don't have a lot of bodies. But listen, I hope I'm wrong. I want to be proved wrong, man. I want to see players that like Raksaki play this season and Ahamada play. I want to see young again. Play.
That's good.
So
that's
good. And it was good.
So So it seemed like he's still in Roy's ideas, but I think we can both agree that it's a depth option right now. I don't see
it'll be as
starting against like Sheffield United, etc. Even though Olise is out injured, but still, that means that that means that Raksaki could end up staying at Palace and not going out on loan. Do you think that would be the right move as a depth option?
100%. I wouldn't. Listen. The window closes before Olise is even fit. You can't send him out on loan if Olise is not back fit. You need to have an option. God forbid Ahamada either loses form or gets injured. Also, what choice did you have out wide? You're down to Schlupp,
Jordan
Ayew, Bowie, if he's still around. I mean,
but then I think Raksaki is probably over Bowie as well. So so I think Raksaki. I said it last season, to be fair. I think he's good enough to play squad role. So I'll stick by that. I think he's got more experience. So it's just a case of balancing that and his development. But then again, going out on loan does not necessarily mean that he's going to become top class. But he can become that as well. You got to be the right loan. And if he trains at his home club, if he knows what Roy wants of him, if he trains with better players as well. Remember, training is the key part as well. If he's training with better players every single day, that will help him as well as game time. But you have to balance things out. So hopefully he has a few opportunities coming off the bench. I don't think he'll be a starter, but if he does have them opportunities, then I think probably staying at Palace would be the right move. He's training with better players and also is getting a few game times here and there to have that experience build up. That's what I think about it.
I'm going to be controversial because I said don't mention it, but I will. If we signed Franca and if Wolf was to return, I would send Raksaki out on loan for sure. Because at that point, if he's coming back, his options are very limited. If that two things don't happen and don't happen soon because they have to happen before the end of the transfer window, I would 100% not send out Raksaki. But if they're around, he's not going to play that much. Then send him out to the championship side. But and keep a Bowie because he's a little bit older, and I wouldn't want to send him out. Keep a Bowie, and then you have Ahamada and all these. But I mean, that's a massive if, by the way. Both of them, those things happening. But right now, Raksaki has to stay and has to get some playing time at some point.
Yeah. So talking about the midfield, Tim has a question saying, "Does what you saw with Lerma playing with Doucoure today makes you feel more convinced we need to keep Doucoure, or would you take the £70 million plus transfer?" Doucoure is very good on the ball, man. Yeah. Very good under pressure. Honestly, I can't put into words. Like when he's under pressure, he's very good. Yeah. And you know what, Patrick? Today, the reason why you have to look at the tactical side of things as well. The two of the goals that we scored, it came from our press, which is good to see. We haven't been sitting back. I know it's preseason, but it came from our press.
It's a great point. And also, I mean, I'm not a big Mark Bright fan because he talks too much during the commentary, but he made a very good point about Ahamada. He gets into the box a lot. He makes those late runs a lot. Reminds me of Gallagher. He's in the box a lot. He'll score a lot of goals for Palace if he does that. So the point being is that he just adds something different. So back to Tim's question, I just can't. You sell Doucoure, we become a much worse team overall. We just lose so much. I don't care how much he's done for. I can't do it.
He's the heart. Exactly. He's literally the heart.
I don't think number 6. Lerma to me is not a replacement. He is a great tandem with, which I'm seeing so far very early, Lerma and Doucoure, but I can't see selling him even for 70 million. And then how do we replace him? I mean, we saw how he did last year. He paid midfield by himself for 6 months basically. So I don't know. Yeah. Great question though, Tim. I don't know. I wouldn't do it though.
100%. John Thomas says a player takes time to settle in a new country. Let Ahamada take his time, settle, and then slowly integrate him into the team. Yeah, I think that's happened though. I think that is. I think that's happening right now because
maybe that was last
6 months.
Maybe that was 6 months. Yeah, maybe that was
6 to 7 months. And also Roy probably saw him in the training ground, but wanted to see him a bit more in preseason, so he didn't want to rush him out there. And now I feel like maybe he's probably settled. And I think in hindsight, that's probably the right move because last year when we signed Ahamada, we needed help for Doucoure, right? That was the main thing.
Yes.
And we still didn't really play Ahamada, and we had other options.
We played the Congo
etc. Right. Yeah, so maybe right now that is what's happening. Maybe Roy feels that he's ready now. He's had a few months to see Ahamada. He's seen him for a few games as well, and hopefully that's the case. Because I'm not just saying that because of player's sake. I'm just saying that because of the actual talent that I've seen on the pitch. His technical ability looks very, very, very good.
Very tiny,
for a 20-year-old, you can see the potential, and you can see once again. A doggy move. When he does make transfers, we had this debate, Patrick, but when he does make transfers, he doesn't often get it wrong. He gets it more right than wrong.
Wait. You're not getting away with that. Okay. I have never, ever said that Dougie doesn't make good moves. The debate was, okay, you don't want to go here with this. You're going to embarrass yourself. The debate was us versus Brighton. And I forgot
about Brighton. No one even mentioned Brighton.
No, because you mentioned transfer. So I said that transfer business by Brighton is elite level. What I forgot to mention, by the way, that they bought and sold Leandro Trossard, Marco Cucurella, and Alexis McAllister for a lot more they sold them for than they bought them for. So I didn't mention those guys. I only mentioned the youngsters. So do not compare. And I love Dougie. Do not compare our business to Brighton's. It's not close.
I didn't even say Brighton. You brought Brighton. I literally
but your smirk said Brighton. Your face said Brighton.
I didn't say anything about Brighton. I didn't say anything about Brighton.
But your smirk, because by the way, just people know he and I had a major discussion after that show about Brighton versus Palace as far as transfer business. So just to wonder where this conversation is coming from. It's an ongoing.
And if you guys are just showing the stream right now, Patrick is wearing Brighton's third kit. So yeah, you're not seeing it wrong. As you can see, he's hiding a badge. He's hiding a badge behind a microphone. He doesn't want to be, slated. But yeah, he's wearing the Brighton's third kit. Oh, USA apparently. He changed his kit. He put a fake badge on it. It's fine. It's fine, Patrick. I mean, you look. I mean, if someone can't see that you're a Palace fan, then I don't think anyone. Like, look at all the Palace stuff behind you. Literally, you got all the Palace merch.
Wait,
the only thing is,
hold on. Wait. Do you have this?
What?
You have this. Shout out to Phil Morgan. Phil Morgan does these great things. This is the he does a calendar. Do you know who that is on the July calendar? See who that is?
Oh, Mateta.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense why it's raining so much. Damn. Now it makes sense. That's why I was like, what's wrong with the summer? What's wrong with July? Now it makes sense. We've been cursed. And but yeah, if you're in the UK, this weather is absolutely miserable. You'll think it's like September, October. You don't think it's July. But yeah, if you have the sun, enjoy the sun, because right now we don't have no sun around here. But look, before we wrap up, I want to talk about one last thing. Today, of course, live Palace news are way earlier than usual, so you're probably watching on replay. But if you are, smash the like button, people. And if you're new here, subscribe. Thank you. I can't say that enough. Exactly, 100%. We've been smashing over 100 likes on every stream so far. But there's an update, Patrick. An update on Matheus Franca. Of course, we mentioned him on stream as well, whether we sign him or not. And the latest right now is, according to reports over in Brazil, this guy is a journalist who has 1.2 million followers. And the translated version of this, of course, that I'm not that brilliant apart from Turkish and English, but it goes as following. He said the following. So about Matheus Franca, Crystal Palace want 50 million euro. Well, bidding 50 million euros. Flamengo wants more. Business is still there. If the English club does not raise a proposal in some way, the deal should not come out, which is interesting. So Flamengo want more than the 50 million euros that we're willing to offer. And according to this journalist, if Palace don't increase their proposal, the business is not going to happen. But that's a big if. And the reason why I'm saying that's a big if is only negotiations. We of course, we don't want to bid in with the highest fee. The reports from earlier on were suggesting 25 million euros is what they're looking for. Right now, it seems like we're bidding 50 million euros, according to reports, with incentives as well that could increase to 20 million euros. So I guess if Palace want to, if their incentives add up to nearly 20 million euros, if Palace offer like 5 million more euros in terms of, upfront fee, then that should be sorted, right? Because you're talking about 25 million euros meeting like that. But for you, Patrick, do you reckon this will be sorted, right? At this stage? Because we've been scouting it for ages. If it's something small as 5 million euros, that has to be sorted. But yeah, this journalist is saying that Flamengo want more. They're not going to budge down.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get sorted necessarily, because I don't think that I want to know where the money's coming from. So I don't know. You made it interesting. You said it's going to get sorted, but yeah, like we spent like a bunch of money in this window. We spent no money this window so far. We brought in one player, Jefferson Lerma, on a free. I don't know where the money's coming from. So
Chris Francis, you forgot him, but yeah.
Yeah, on a free, by the way, because I'm sure we didn't pay for it.
Yeah, but it's another signing. You have to give credit.
But wait a minute. Let's look at Tim's comment here. I don't buy that, D. That's the same as reports of also wanting 50 million for Balogun, negotiations in the press. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not worried about it. I just think Flamengo want more. And right now, Palace are just playing the long game. It's just negotiating. That they're trying to get the best deal possible. Of course, we talk about it as like pennies, but it's still millions of pounds, or millions of euros or pounds, or whatever currency they're working with. But so it still matters. But it's all about millions.
So twisted, Patrick. Palace have money, bro. Where's that money?
Matheus Franca.
About?
We'll see.
Where's the money? Where's the money?
In their bank account. They don't have it in cash.
There was a film called Jerry Maguire. Have you seen it?
Jerry Maguire. No.
Cuba Gooding Jr. And he says one of the phrases in it is "Show me the money." Twisted, show me the money. What money are you talking about? Show me the money, bro.
How can Twisted show you the money? If Twisted had the money,
Players have money, so show me the money. Where's the money? I don't see the money.
So I think the money's going to be showing.
Show me the money.
The money's going to be showing with Franca.
Franca. Okay. Well, when we sign him, I will be happy again, like I always do. I'll be happy to say, well, that's a great signing. I'm glad we spent the money, but we haven't done it yet. I'm not going to say before. We haven't spent money. Last player we bought was Ahamada, right? When in the last window.
Do you agree? So do you agree with the agenda? Because I've seen a lot of people as well. Even when talking about Wilf, I said that this Wilf thing is delaying too much. I'm not really a fan of it. I would have liked it to be done sooner rather than later because a lot of deals have been He's had his proposals, right? We're coming towards the end of July now. It should be sorted. But there's also that debate that we do our deals last minute, right? At the end of August or August.
Yeah.
So do you think that's the case as well? Do you think we're waiting out, just to see the market, see if other players are available and just taking things slowly? Because technically there's still no rush. The season hasn't started. But for me, I'd like some of these players to have these preseason games. One reason why is because of Roy, and so Roy can see them. But what do you make of that situation about late signings?
If the intent is top 10, as we put out in the press, if it's a top 10, we should be getting our business done early, right? The later you wait, you just made the point, the harder it is to incorporate them into the squad, the less chances those deals getting done and us walking away at the last minute because maybe another clause was added or something else happened. So it makes sense. I mean, listen, under our previous manager, we signed Anderson, Gehi, Olise very early. And then we signed Edouard and Hughes late in that window. But by that time, we already had Olise and Gehi and Anderson incorporated into the squad. So I guess it's depends on who's around, right? Certain managers, get stuff done or get things done for them, and certain managers don't. I feel bad for Roy because we never get stuff done for Roy.
We never do.
Honest.
Yeah,
we never get enough.
We never do. We're always in a comfort. It feels like we're always in a comfort zone when it comes to Roy, and that's the one thing I don't like. Like we done this in his last season as well. Technically, I know the football wasn't great, Patrick, but the players. When you look at it now, like they were all coming towards the end of their career. Like they were coming towards the end of their careers. Yeah, I mean, we had James Macca's. Don't get me wrong, fantastic, but we had like James McCarthy. I still had like Scott Dan, and all the it wasn't a great selection of players. I mean, it seemed like with Roy, we just feel so comfortable with his coaching that he could do a solid job in terms of keeping us up. I don't know about whether top 10. That's debatable. That we're just way more. I think with Vieira, there was that actual not fear, but you wanted to bring in these players early so he can work with them. But with Roy, it seemed like the club just comfortable as it is. Do you get it? But you know what? I don't think it's the case of just waiting until August for the sake of waiting until August. I think the Zaha situation has held us back a bit. I do think that. I know some people disagree, but I do think that because if we don't have as much money as some people say, we don't know, right? We don't know for definitive. Like it's so confusing with Palace. One day we do have money, the other day we don't. And so far, we just had 3 transfers. But if we don't have as much money as some people think that we don't have, then Zaha plays a massive impact to our budget. And if we don't know if he's signing or not, then of course that's going to hold us back because we're talking about the players that we've been linked with, the players that we need. Well, maybe a striker, maybe Zaha could be used as a striker situation. And if that's the case, then why do we want to sign a striker right now when we don't even know if Wilf is staying or going? Do you get my point? So I think the Wilf situation has held us back because the forward options is where we need to improve, right? Especially up front. And if we don't know if Zaha's signing or not, I think that naturally will stop the club in terms of making them think about whether to go and get this left winger or get this striker because we still don't know.
I think you're right, but that makes it a very convenient excuse. But let's be honest, it's not just a striker left wing. We need a right back, and we didn't address that, and we're not going to address it. You can't just sign Nathaniel Klein and Joe Ward and say we fixed the right back, and then we sign Nathan Ferguson said right back.
Yeah, but they do think that though, don't they? They
feel no, 100%. No, they do. They're selling it to the fans as that, but me as a football Palace fan for 50 years, I'm not buying that. That's nonsense. And I get what you're saying about Will, but even if we was to re-sign, and I still think we need a player that can play either that can play behind him, meaning as a reserve, or a player that can push him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So depth up because if he's not here, we see the option is going to be Eze, right? I don't think either one of us love that idea. It's okay, but it's not great. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about this, Patrick. Do you think in terms of the depth options, do you think we kind of on a slide got that sorted with Jordan Ayew playing down the left hand side? I think he looked very solid in place of Wilf in the last 10 games. If we're talking about depth, don't you think that would be okay for the time being?
That's like saying at Klein and Water okay at right back. I mean,
No, but we're talking about
it's
depth.
the same
We're
thing,
talking about
though.
depth. It's different. It's different. It is different.
It's really not, bro. It's really not. It's like saying it's not. It's really, to me. It's like saying, okay, we have 2 right backs that have been right backs for years. Let's keep them. We have Jordan Ayew been with us for years. Let's just keep him. It's not. I mean, I have no problem with Jordan. You know, I've always been one of the people that's really backed Jordan Ayew. I like him. I like his work rate, drawing the fouls. You know, but no, I don't. I just think that was great. Jordan Ayew stepped up when Wilk got injured at the end of last season. No, it's not good enough for me. I like Jordan Ayew, but no, he should not be. He should not be our option.
Let us know in the chat.
The club says that, and they're selling it that way. I get that, but I don't think that's good enough.
I know as a start, but I think Jordan Ayew is good as a very. I think Jordan Ayew gets underrated by Palace fans at times. Look, it's simple as this: if you had better finishing, better decision making, you would not be at Palace. You would not be at Palace. He has very good technical abilities. That's why he wins a lot of fouls. His dribbling at times can be very good, but his decision making that lets him down, just like a few other players. But if you're talking about a second option behind Zaha, and if you're talking about we don't have crazy amounts of budget, I think Jordan Ayew is a very solid number 2 that can be potentially down the left hand side. Of course, you can always do better than Jordan Ayew, but I don't think Ayew is that bad. I think when he gets called upon as a number 2 playing down the left hand side, I think he could do that role. I think he can for the time being, for another season, anyways. And next summer we can look into it a bit more.
But the funny thing is, you know, again, it's like it's how funny how fate is. We found out that he could play on the left side through accident because he was playing weird the whole season on the right side, behind on either instead of Olise or because of Olise. And then Olise took that position, which was he deserved it, moved into midfield for like a couple of games. Remember, as the number 8, we all talk about Jordan Ayew, the answer at midfield that didn't work out.
Oh, remember, bro.
Credit to Ayew, man. That guy, listen, he is a Swiss Army knife, bro. You put him anywhere, he does the job for you. So I'm not putting down Ayew. I'm saying Ayew is great, but Ayew should not be the option for me. But I know what you're saying. I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Law says, sorry, man, I love Jordan Ayew, but this team needs to grow. He can make a great option off the bench, but this team can't settle. 100%, I agree. But it's not just Jordan Ayew that we've been doing this with in terms of like cheaper options.
I just said about the right back option.
Yeah, with the right back, you can make an argument about right back. I mean, one of them would have been great, but signing both of them on a new deal, that's a big thing.
Madness.
But yeah, I just think, as you said, Law, we can do better, but I think he can be a great option coming off the bench. But yes, you're right. We can't settle. The problem is when you have the likes of Harris, it was Josh Harris, right? That bought the NFL team.
Washington Commanders, yeah. Washington Commanders.
Washington
Commanders. Man's loaded. By the way, going back to whoever made the comment, Josh Harris has money. Maybe not Alex don't have money, but Josh Harris is loaded.
And that's what I said all along. That's what I said all along. They've got money. But the problem is they are investors, Patrick. They are investors. Right. They haven't picked one club, and they haven't stuck with one club. And that's why I've said it with the ownership structure. I mean, if Josh Harris gave 1% of that money, not even 10, just 1% of the money, we could have a very good window. Very good window. It's simple as that. 1% of 6 billion. That's what we need. That's what we need. Yeah. And that's the problem, though. Why should he? He's already invested in a team. You're trying to get return on that investment. Right. And you know, if I don't know how that's going to be. I don't know when maybe they sell out after building a new stand. But that's the thing. It's all about return. And yeah, it's just frustrating. It's just frustrating, especially when we're talking about free transfers left, right, center, and you got one of our owners buying another team for 6 billion. Like billion. It's crazy. But yeah, that's his money. I can't blame him for that. But yeah, he's picked his priorities, and that's probably the NFL. He probably gets more money from that, and I don't blame him one bit. But then again, it's hurting my football club. That's what I care about. And at the end of it, I want the best for my team, just like other teams want the best for their teams. Tim says Harris isn't putting any money into Palace anytime soon. He's going to be stretched with the Commanders and Sixers. Yeah.
You missed. It's frustrating. You missed one more team. New Jersey Devils, the hockey team too. Money into them,
and by the way, I believe they've got other football teams as well, right?
They have. Blitzer has a team in Belgium for sure.
Yeah.
You don't hear. What's funny? You don't hear about Blitzer. Blitzer's on the down low. He's also a billionaire, but you don't hear about him. You don't hear about Harris, but Blitzer's got money too, bro. Blitzer's got money, but you don't hear about him at all.
They have money. But when it comes to Palace, it's just rationing. We're rationing. We got Chris Francis on a free transfer. Lerma was good.
and Justin Lerma.
Yeah, Lerma. I think Lerma, regardless of the fee, I think that's a very good signing. Do you get? I think Lerma was actually solid business rather than free signing. I don't think it was a signing we got him because of tight budget, etc.
You know what?
Just decided to sign him.
That's a great point. And if we had gotten, I'm not even trying to be funny or whatever. If we got on a right back like that, a free transfer like that, and a left-sided midfielder.
Oh, I'll be happy.
We've got 3.
I don't care if he's spending the money. That'd be fantastic business to get.
Right,
but that's the thing.
It's
But,
funny.
but Patrick, with that issue is you're not going to find free transfers left, right,
Oh,
centre
no,
that has the quality of Lerma. Do you get it?
To get
so with
the
right
one,
back
exactly.
situation,
The one's a big deal.
We had a whole season to plan. We had a whole season to plan, and I was here last summer making excuses for not, strengthening the midfield. Remember?
Not true though, because I just heard that didn't Ola Aina? He's a free agent. I know you guys.
Yeah, went for
talk about him a lot. Right, wasn't he a free agent or no? Wasn't that free transfer?
No. I need to double check because I was thinking the same thing. I didn't check. But I assume so. I
thought he was too. Yeah, which is weird. That's another free. I mean, again, I know he could be left and right back. I know we talked about him in the past about being a possible option for us to get. But I just realized he went to Forest, and that's a decent deal for them. I mean,
that's a fair signing. It's good that at least Forest have calmed down a bit. I mean, this time last year that's the 20th signing.
Like 50 players.
By this time last year, exactly. And it's funny how Forest fans are now complaining about signings. Like you're forgetting you signed about 20 to 30 players last summer. You need to chill out a bit. So yeah, I wonder if he was a
he's a
free agent. Yeah, free agent. Yeah.
Well, there you go. A question that Tim had before earlier. I don't know nothing about this. What do you think about this comment?
Anyone know if rumor that Wilford signed till after his agency contract expires on July 31st?
I've never heard that before.
I've heard about that. That's what people have been saying to me as well on Twitter when I've been talking about Wilf.
Oh, okay.
I have no clue if that's true. I don't know if that's true. It could be. Well, if that's the case, I mean, it kind of makes sense because we're late July. He's had his offers.
Wanted to pay him that agent fee. I'm assuming that's why.
Yeah. So that's a bit harsh on the agent, but we're coming towards the end of July. Maybe he's waiting out on that because I'll be honest, I don't know what else he'll be waiting out on at this point. Cool, we made an excuse in the first week, the second week. Well, now we're in the third week. Like there's no excuse out there. We're not hearing any new offers, etc. So yeah, I mean, so it could be that, but if that's the case, then we won't see him sign till not this Tuesday, the following week Tuesday. And I just don't want to talk about Zaha then, Patrick. But I guess if he's saving money, then it's all fine. But you know what it is? He's injured, right? So I'm trying to find a positive. He's injured, so even if he was to sign, it's not going to make any major of a difference.
He's not going to play right now anyway, So
yeah.
But just knowing that he's signed now would put your mind at ease, right? It's like knowing Lucy's going to be back at some point.
I think just our mind on ease. I think even the club's mind. I think even if Will said I'm signing with the club, I think in the back of your mind.
Oh, we got a wicket. Who's watching the cricket? I'm watching it. Who's watching the cricket? I'm watching it.
We watch real sports on back of the nest. We don't watch.
No, man. We just got wicket. Joe Root just got Lavish Shane. That's a massive wicket, man. Yeah, you gotta.
What does a wicket mean? What's a wicket? Is it a goal?
You gotta open your mind up.
Is it a goal?
I don't play cricket in Turkey. Seriously, don't play cricket in Turkey.
We do wrestling.
It's football. Basketball is big, right? Basketball big.
Yeah, basketball. Yeah.
And what's the third biggest sport?
Wrestling. I read a sport like wrestling. Honestly, in the Olympics.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
like Greco-Roman type.
Yeah.
Not WWE.
We don't do WWE. Yeah, we don't do WWE.
Not the fake stuff, the real stuff.
Yeah. We do real wrestling. We do real wrestling, like proper oily wrestling.
D. This is why I'm a big sports fan. When I was in England, I played football, cricket.
Yeah.
I ran track. I played rugby for a little bit, but I wasn't very good at it. And when I went to America, right, I learned to play American football, baseball, basketball, and of course I still play football, soccer. So I learned like every sport when I was a kid.
You was crazy active, man. You was crazy active.
No, I was. Well, technically, every sport.
Technically we all can.
But we're just not as good at it. Cricket? You said what's cricket?
No, I know what cricket is. I played cricket in the past. I played cricket.
I thought you didn't know what it was. I mean, meaning that you don't really play. I mean,
are you serious? You actually thought? You think I live in a cave? I know my lighting ain't great. I know my lighting ain't great. I'm in this wardrobes behind me constantly, but I don't live in this flipping. I don't live in a cave. I do go outside. I do watch.
And I forgot my favorite sport right now is golf. I play golf all the time. So.
Yeah.
Wait. Me and Henry got something in common again. Look at that. Wait. Here it is. Look at that.
Our national sport is eating. That's why we're good at wrestling.
Man. I like that Henry, man.
I'm a cricket guy too.
What's twisted? Yeah. Bat and ball merchant. I don't know what that even means, but whatever. Oh, I play hockey too. I played hockey when I was a kid too. Ice hockey. Yeah, I did play that. That's a wicked sport, by the way. You have to be able to skate, and I was a pretty good skater. But
no, that's when you fight as well, isn't it? That's a bit like weird.
It's a mad sport. Hockey
you're playing ice hockey, then next thing you know, you just stop the game and you start fighting each other. It's hybrid. It's hybrid. You know, imagine football.
Wait. Did you know this?
Yeah.
Did you know this?
I don't know. How can I know? How can I know Twisted is Turkish?
Twisted is Turkish. That's brilliant,
From the word
man.
Twisted.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
And that's just,
He's a
is that
Fenerbahce
true, though?
fan. He's a
Is that true?
Fenerbahce fan.
National sport is eating.
He's here. Huh? Yeah, national sport. Yeah, probably is. I mean,
it?
our national sport is being unhealthy. Literally have oil and sugar on every food. That's why
that is amazing.
Everyone has health problems over
Yeah,
there.
Kevin, I'm watching it now, man. I'm watching it on my TV. Thanks, man. I'm loving the action so far. Yeah, Bazball, baby.
No, we're gonna wrap
Bazball.
up, people, in just a second. But if you're enjoying the stream, make sure to smash the like button, people. Let's get over 100 likes. Colin says, "Good to see Edward." Oh, I was literally reading a comment and you went back to cricket. Hold on.
Sorry. That was just funny. Sorry.
Good to see.
It's gonna make me laugh. I'm sorry.
Good to see Edward score. That's what I expect every week.
I agree with you, Colin, 100%. Every week, I want to go from it every other week. That'll be what? 19 goals this season. I'll take it. I agree. 19 goals minimum.
More than 19, no? This year. If it's every other week and there's 38 games.
No, that should be half the games, no? You score, then you don't score.
Oh, every other week. No, but he said every week.
No, I thought he said every other week. Oh, every week. I'm sorry, 38 goals. No. I'm sorry. I meant every other week. I'll take every other week. I misread it, Colin. I apologize.
You changed it up. You changed Colin's words. You didn't say that.
Ballon d'Or for Edouard. That'd be great.
Jeez. Yeah. Imagine that'd be an amazing comeback. Oh, sorry, what did you say? I skipped your comment. Was it from Tim?
No. You know what a major is? You know what that means?
What's that? What's a major?
Fight, when they have a fight, they get.
Oh, is that? Why didn't you say fight?
Because it's not. It's called the vocabulary of.
So civilized. Oh, you're having a fight, but you call it a major. Come on, man.
Well, a fight's a major. There are penalties. You get a major penalty or a minor penalty. A minor penalty is like a tripping a guy, whatever. But then a major, when you take the gloves, you start fighting the guy. They can be a 5-minute, 10-minute.
Wait, they take the gloves off. I didn't realize that. So they actually have like a.
You can't. You know why? Because you can't grab them. You can't hold on to them when they usually hold them and punch them. You can't punch with the glove on because you can't hold the person. You can't.
Before we go, quickly in football. Do you think not new rules, but what would be crazy in football? Like, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head, like hybrid with another sport. What would you take from another sport and bring it into football and think, damn, that might be worth it? Would it be like something like a timeout rule, such as what we see in the NBA in the games, so we have more timeouts?
Fighting will be great. If you have a fight, you get taken out for a little bit, and then you.
Oh my days, that would be chaos. Imagine a fighting rule, jeez, and no red cards.
Like this, like a sin bin, they call it. Like I have a sin bin. You're up for 5 minutes, come back in.
No, but I guess you can say that. But I'm talking about other that's what I'm saying. For an NBA, you can have timeouts, unlimited subs. Well, would you change anything if you had to do one?
Unlimited subs is done in like in lower, not a low league, like in youth football they do unlimited.
Sunday league, yeah. Well, we're talking about professional player. Yeah, I'm not talking about that. Yeah. Is it?
I like unlimited subs. You get more players.
2 points from outside the box goals. 2 points.
Oh, like a goal from. You know what, D? I like that.
Yeah, if you score from outside the box, 2 points. Free kicks. 1.5 goals. I don't know, or 2 goals, or 3 goals, depending on where it's from. Penalties. I mean, take away penalties. Remove penalties.
Oh, take away penalties.
Take away penalties. So slide tackling, everyone can just push and shove in the box. That'd be a bit chaotic.
That'd be a bit mad.
I mean, what else could he do? Before we wrap up, just send it through, people. What else can I think about? Goalkeepers, they can touch. Then that'll be unfair. Goalkeepers can pick up the ball,
right?
Or they can touch a ball up until the halfway line. Past halfway line, they can't do it. So the box is wide.
Halfway line, right. But halfway line is good. No, you can't go all the way down.
But they can't hold it for more than 5 seconds. So they can run
the rules.
I don't know. I don't watch Aussie. I don't know. I mean, yeah. Let's yeah. I mean, there could be some wild things in football, but I wouldn't want to change football myself. Like, I wouldn't want to change it. It's
nothing about it.
I mean, what would you want to change then?
Right
the
now,
only thing I can change is like the cup competitions or something like that, or implement financial rules. Not in the actual sport itself, how it's played. I wouldn't want to change that.
No, you. What did he talk about? This is funny. What's he
you guys big like an old man couple.
We're just joking. Just if I didn't like D, I wouldn't come on the show. So we're not bickering. But anyway, you know what I was thinking, because they have it now in the Women's World Cup, is that when in cricket and in rugby they have to tell you when they do VAR, they tell you what they're talking about. They do that now in the women's.
Oh yeah, okay. So I think realistic rules, yeah.
So explaining stuff more, the fans know what's going on.
You know what I heard? I don't know but I heard that that potentially. We could be having a show like it was in the MLS. Was not Howard Webb. Who's the Premier League chief now? Howard Webb? No.
Howard Webb.
Yeah, it's Howard Webb. So yeah, apparently we could be having a Premier League show where we discuss, where he discusses the major events from the weekend. So that could be coming to Premier League.
The referees need to talk after the matches too. By the way, they need to explain.
They need to be held accountable as well. Yeah, 100%. Because some of the decisions
are awful.
It's not just like you missed it. You saw on VAR. You watch it again and you still got it wrong. Like, how come everyone at home can see it? Do you get it? So some of the decisions need to be held accountable. If players and managers are held accountable, they need to be held accountable for their decisions.
100%, D. I agree with you. 100%. You're right, because that way it makes it we know what they're talking about, what they're thinking about, and then it makes you think as a ref. I got that wrong because
exactly
they're human. They make mistakes,
exactly, and it gives that lively aspect as well. Like they're humans, they can make mistakes, but you need to explain the mistake. What's your thinking process behind it? Because some of them, there's some of them they'll genuinely have no explanation. I'm convinced. There's no way you saw different to what we saw.
Yeah, exactly right.
Oh yeah, literally that's it. But we're gonna, as I said, for the last 50 minutes, we're gonna wrap up. Off topic, but hilarious. Texas Town has a house and division with streets named for EFL clubs. Millwall drives right next to Binns drives civil engineering. So they've got Millwall Drive. I mean,
Millwall EFL club. Millwall Drive is next to Binns.
Why have they got EFL clubs?
I wonder who is the.
Who invented that? Who invented that?
Brilliant.
Evan says, I do not want that offside change FIFA wants. I think that helps the attackers more. I think we see more goals like that.
No. This is, you know what? I actually would like offside rule to change. So, if you go to VAR and if you can't see right where he's offside, he's onside. I don't want to hear offside.
Yeah, just kneecap thing. I don't want to do you get it? It's too. Like, let's be honest, if someone's kneecap being in front or someone's front toe being in front, it's not going to change major things. It's too tight. But I think if that does change, Patrick, we're going to see a lot more goals in the game. So it's going to suit attackers more than defenders.
That's fine. I like attacking football. I really do.
Yeah. So we'll see more goals. So we'll see more 5-4s. 5-4s. Yeah. I mean, if you enjoy 5-4s against Swansea, then you see a lot more.
As long as 5 for Palace and 4 for Swansea instead of the other way around.
We'll see. Yeah. But before we go, we're talking about 5 goals. Remember 2019, Jordan and I saved us, and we scored how many goals in that season? Like 31 goals in like 38 games as a team. 32. What was it?
9?
Remember 2019, and Jordan and I scored like 9 or 10 of them goals.
I remember.
Yeah, it was crazy. I don't know how on earth we stayed up. We're scoring like less than 1 goal a game. It's wild.
But the Jordan and a really good defense. You're right.
Yeah, the defense was a defense. Well, look, people, we jumped on way earlier today due to the game. If you're just joining us now, make sure to go to the start of the stream to hear us discuss about the game. We talked about Lerma and more, as well as Matheus Franca. If you have enjoyed it, make sure to smash the like button and also subscribe. If there is anything, which I doubt there will be today, I'll jump back on. But tomorrow, we'll see what happens with there. Hopefully, you all keep safe. And until next time, up the Palace, people.